second graders, it's Tuesday, January 5th, and this is your TV classroom. Except something's missing.
Where are the friends?
Friends! Oh, learning buddies! Miss Oslin, do you see the learning buddies anywhere? Oh, learning buddy.
Oh.
Could you come grab them, Miss Oslin?
Mr. Kevin is sorry.
It's okay, Mr. Kevin. It's okay. Gus.
Woo!
Woo!
Incoming.
There he is. All right. We'll get Pebble later. I don't want Pebble to come flying at me on camera. That could be very bad. So, Pebble will just be taking a rest today. Sometimes we need a break, right? All right. He can just chill out over there. So, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this. How was your night last night? Mine was pretty great. Before we start learning today, let's go over our feelings. But I want to talk about something that's really obvious. And there's a saying called the elephant in the room. And there's this thing that you might be seeing and you're wondering what it is. Do you know what that's our new camera. And this new camera allows us to show you our work down here when we're doing it so that it's easier for you to see. And we don't have that red thing in our face all the time. Thanks to Mr. Kevin. We have a new setup and it's going to be great. So it's there. You're fine. That's what it is. So how are you feeling today? What's your body feeling? What's your brain feeling? What are your emotions feeling? Go ahead and share with someone in your home or at your daycare or your learning buddy. Gus, I'm feeling green today. There's been some hiccups this morning getting ready, but I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling ready to learn. I'm feeling like I'm ready to take on a challenge. All right, let's get going. It's True or False Tuesday. So let's see. Is this equation true or false? Why did I say it is false? Right. It would be 11 because 9 plus 2 is 11. So that would be 21. So that's not going to work, is it? 20 minus 9 is 11, not 12. True or false? Ding, 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 ding. Why is it true? Wow, friends, it's going to be that kind of day. We're just going to roll with it. It's true. Because 20 minus 7 is 13. How do I know? Because if I take 7 and add it to 13, I get 20. Okay. 22 minus 6 equals 14. Is that true or false? It's false. Not true. 22 minus 6 is not 14. It's 16. 19 minus 6 equals 13. True or false? Ding, ding, ding. If you take 19 and you take 6 away, 9 ones minus 6 ones is 3 ones. It makes 13. Or if you take 13 and add 6, it makes 19. True. Today we are learning to solve two-step word problems that involve money. We're continuing on this journey with our two-step word problems. So, we're going to solve each addition equation. What is 20 plus 20 plus 10? Remember to do your skip counting. 20 and 20 is 40, and 10 more is 50. 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5. Bingo, 30. Nice job, Gus. 20 plus 10 plus 5. Count it out loud. Tell me how you got 35. Okay, 20, 35. 35. Let's do this last one together. 20, 40, 55. 55. Excellent. Now, Paige, here's an example problem. Let's take a look at it. Paige, that's my niece's name. Her name is Paige. Sometimes she watches my videos. Paige has 2 quarters, 1 dime, and 1 nickel. Andre has 60 cents. Who has more money, and how much more do they have? So here's what they're saying you could do. They've pulled out the coins or drawn a picture, and they say you could add up the coins. So it said 2 quarters. So here's a quarter, a dime, and a nickel. So they've written the value, 25, 25. I'm going to change my color because it's the same as the writing, so it's kind of hard to see. 25, 25, that's 50. 65, 65. Andre has 60 cents. Who has more money? Paige has more money. And then it says, how much more? Whoops. I thought I hit my highlighter, but I guess I didn't. How much more? How much more? Well, what math are you going to do to figure that out? If Paige, oh boy, it's definitely the morning. Paige has 65. This is Paige. And Andre has 60. We're trying to figure out this part right here. So what's the difference? Yeah, if I'm at 60, how many more do I need to get to 65? Yeah, just 5 more. So the solution is 5 more cents. Or 1 more, what coin is 5 cents? Nickel. Whoops. Whew, that was hard to write. All right, Mr. Kevin, we will use the whiteboard for this problem after they've had a moment to solve. Let's read our question. And then let's do a 3-read and we'll figure out what's going on. So Anthony has $25 in bills. Ooh, we're now in dollars instead of cents. Notice right here, the dollar sign is on the left of the number, where the cent sign was on the right. It matters. So make sure you pay attention to that when you're writing, okay? Dollar goes on the left, cent goes on the right. Anthony had $25 in bills. Name 2 ways he could have $25. Well, before we can do that, let's go over to our whiteboard and let's talk about what are the ways that we can have, what are the bills that we have?
Here we go.
What bills do we have? We have, here, let me move like this, Mr. Kevin, and you can see me. We have a dollar bill. What else do we have? We have a $5 bill. What else do we have? We have a $10 bill and a $20 bill. Okay, so your job is to come up with 2 different combinations.
I'm sorry, Miss Wally. I think your microphone is muted.
Did it mute on its own? Nope, it's on.
Oh.
Check, check, check. 1, 2, 3, check, check. Let me put it up here. Does that help? Check, 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 check.
Well, I can.
I can hear you.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you.
Perfect. Okay, we'll just leave this right here.
Okay.
So, what are 2 combinations that make 25? What do you think? What are 2 ways you can make 25? Go ahead and solve. Might do the first way, right here, and the second way, right here. The first one that comes to my mind is a $20 bill and a $5 bill. There's one way. What's another way we could make 25? Okay. A $10 bill. A $10 bill. And a $5 bill. There are multiple ways. As long as your bills add up to 25, that's what matters. Let's look at the next problem. A pen costs 35 cents. Logan pays with 2 quarters. Okay, so let's write this down. 2 quarters. What coins should Logan get back as change? Ooh. Okay. So what are we trying to figure out? What coins could Logan get back as change? What information do we know? We know that the pen is 35 cents, and we know that he pays with 2 quarters. Go ahead and try and solve this. I'm going to give you 1 minute, and then we'll work it out together. Okay, first step. How much is 2 quarters? 25 plus 25 equals how much? 50 cents. Okay. So Logan pays the cashier 50 cents. The cashier takes out how much the pen costs, right? They're going to take that amount of money away. So how much does the cashier take? 35 cents. So what amount of money does Logan get back? What is 50 minus 35? Well, start at 35, go to 40, that's 5 cents. And 40 to 50 is 10 cents. So Logan's going to get back 15 cents. What coins should Logan get back to make 15 cents? Gus, yes, he could get 3 nickels. What else could Logan get? Logan could get a dime and a nickel. Logan could get 15 pennies. Cashiers always like to give the least amount of coins as possible. So, which one do you think the cashier would choose? 15 pennies, 3 nickels, or a dime and a nickel? A dime and a nickel. So our question was, what coins could Logan get back as change? Which one would you give Logan back as change? Great. All right, reset your boards. Let's go on to the next problem. Johanna has these coins in her pocket. Okay, so we've got nickel, 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 lots of nickels. How much are the coins worth? Well, how many nickels are there? Let's count them. Let's see, what color am I on? Green, perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So on our boards, we need to be writing 5 8 times, right? Go ahead and solve. How much is this worth? Now, if you were a 3rd grader, we might talk about that this is 8 groups of 5. And that's multiplication. So what you're actually doing right now, friends, is multiplying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. because we have 8 groups of 5. So we're going to skip count, and that's what multiplication is. Or you could do 8 times 5 cents. For those friends that are ready for it, both of these equations are the same thing. A little peek into the future. Let's count by 5s. Go ahead. What did you land on? It should have been 40. 40 cents. Okay? Is 40 cents up there? Is it a choice? It is, right here. Mary chose C, 80 cents. Is Mary correct? No. Why do you think Mary got 80 cents instead of 40 cents? Yeah. I think Mary had the wrong value for the coins. What did Mary think these coins were? Dimes. I'm wondering if Mary did the thing I used to do when I was a student, which was I always put the nickels as 10 cents because they were bigger than the dimes. I got that confused. Remember, we talked about that the dimes are smaller than the nickel, but they're worth more. I think Mary got confused with her values. All right. So here's your assignment. You're going to practice more of this. You're going to do page 267 and 268. Practicing counting these coins and doing multi-step problems with coins. And that's your assignment for today. Today we learned to solve 2-step word problems that involve money. It feels scary at first, but once you get into it, when you break it down, it's great. You guys have the skills. You know what to do. Awesome job, mathematicians. We modeled problems. We chose efficient strategies. We solved the problems, and we explained our reasoning. Second graders, I'm proud of you. This is the second day back from break, and we've already jumped right in. Nice job. So, you're going to go for your break. When you're done with your break, you need to make sure that you have the night school, your whiteboard and marker, and your learning buddy. All right? Have a great break, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great lesson with Miss Oslin. Bye, second graders.
Good day, young aviators. Did you know that we live in an amazing state? Not only is Washington famous for its spectacular scenery, but did you know that Washington State is famous for making airplanes? So today, we will be using our arms' muscular strength to fly around Washington State and see how beautiful it is. All you have to do is put your arms out when the bald eagle takes off from her totem pole and keep them flapping until she makes it back to her totem pole safely. Now, your arms might get a little tired, but that's okay. That's how we build our muscular endurance. Don't stop flapping until you land. Have a great flight.
second graders, welcome back from your break. I hope you had an opportunity to take care of your needs and also gather the materials that you will need, which are your night school text, your whiteboard and marker, your learning buddy, and your mustache. So go gather those materials and then come back to me. What, Gus? I'm the only one with a mustache? Oh, jeez. All right. Will you go get the other materials? All right, for our lesson today, we are going to play a fun game of one of these things is not like the other. I'm going to show you a picture, and your job is to figure out which thing is different. Are you ready? Okay. Which one of these is different? Turn and tell your learning buddy which one of these things is different. Gus, it's Mr. Kevin. His mustache is blue. Mrs. Oslin and Mrs. Wally's mustaches are black. Did you get it? All right. We're going to play one more time, but this time it's going to be a little bit trickier. Are you ready? Are you stumped? Try saying them out loud. Let's do it together. Queen, green, bean. They rhyme. Queen, green, bean. They rhyme. They all have "een" in them. But that doesn't tell me which one is different. Let me give you a hint. Queen, green, bean. Did you figure it out? Turn and tell your learning buddy which one of these is different. Gus, it's the word bean because the E sound is spelled E-A, and in queen and green, the E sound is spelled E-E. Did you figure it out? Fantastic. Today I want to teach you that words with very different spellings can still rhyme. We are going to practice this skill in our shared reading text, Night School. We had the opportunity before break to start reading this, and this was part of your independent work, was practicing reading Night School, noticing words that rhyme. And today we're going to read through really quickly to page 8 together, and then on page 8 we're going to notice how words that are spelled very differently can still rhyme. So read along with me. Here we go. Last Monday at Night School, we pulled close round a book, reading rhyme after rhyme till someone said, "Look!" Outside we saw a man in a hat who sputtered and spat and shouted out, "Drat! How come I'm not the one who gets to do that?" Then that old wizard leaped up to attack. He waved his wand, whack, and he knocked us all back. And he packed all our rhymes in his magic black sack. Then he cried, "Cracker Jack! Now I've got a whole sack." I'm hearing a lot of words that rhyme. And he ran far away to his wizardy shack. "What a horrible plight!" we called out in fright. "Oh, what might me do as knights that is right?" So we jumped up to fight and we took off in flight. We chased that old wizard through daylight and night. We ran and we thought once or twice, our rhymes, yeah, they're nice. Are they worth this high price? Then we heard from below, "Do you want our advice?" And down on the ground we saw 3 brown mice. That rock, they said, that rock over there, if you knock on that block, it will chime like a clock. It will tick, it will talk, and it will unlock. So we did what they said, and it was quite a shock. We tiptoed right in and stepped through a door, and there was the wizard we'd seen from before. Now, let's read that page together, listening really closely to the words that rhyme. We tiptoed right in and stepped through a door, and there was the wizard we'd seen from before. Now I'm going to zoom in on those words. We tiptoed right in and stepped through a door, and there was the wizard we'd seen from before. Now, we had been learning how to look at the parts of the words that rhyme. But I'm looking at this page and these words, and I'm not seeing any words that have the same spelling. We tiptoed right in and stepped through a door, and there was the wizard we'd seen from before. Now, because I went back and reread, thinking about and listening for the words that rhymed, I was able to find door and before. Let's say those words together. Door, before. They have the same middle and ending sound of or. D, or, beef, or. So they do rhyme, but they're not spelled the same. We're learning about using powerful word parts to help us read and write lots of other words. But you can't just look for words that have rhyming words. You also have to listen because they might have very different spellings. Let's keep reading through our book, Night School, and see if we have any other examples of words that rhyme but have different spellings. In a flash, in a crash, we got into a clash. With a smash and a bash, we broke his whole stash of bubbling potions and magical trash. Now, I'm looking at a lot of the words, and I can find really quickly a lot of the words that rhyme because they have ash. And they're all spelled the same. So this is not an example of how words that rhyme can be spelled very differently, because these words that rhyme are all spelled the same. Let's keep reading, noticing words that rhyme and paying attention to if they have the same spelling. Splash! A blizzard of bubbles flew up in the air and pop, 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 popped over here, over there. The wizard we'd fought was a wizard no more. He'd shrunk to a lizard right there on the floor. Okay, let's focus in on the words that rhyme. A blizzard of bubbles flew up in the air and pop, 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 popped over here, over there. Say air, there. Air and there rhyme, but they have very different spellings. In the word air, it's A-I-R. And in the word there, it's E-R-E. Those are words that rhyme but have very different spellings. Let's keep reading the next page, or the next two lines. Really listen for words that rhyme, because I'm looking at the ending word in both of those lines, and they're spelled differently. The wizard we'd fought was a wizard no more. He'd shrunk to a lizard right there on the floor. Say more. Floor. More, the or part of that word is spelled O-R-E. And in floor, it's O-O-R. It makes the same sound, so they do rhyme, but they are spelled very differently. let's keep reading and find more examples of words that rhyme but are spelled differently. Nope, we're done. Okay. What I want you to do, what I want you to do is on your whiteboard, we are going to make a T-chart just like mine. And we're going to pay attention to and come up with words that have the same middle and ending sound, ate, like mate and wait. So on your whiteboard, make a T-chart that looks like this. And I'm going to do the same thing on my whiteboard. Now, words with the sound ate in them can be spelled differently. It can be spelled with A-T-E, and this line just means we're taking off the beginning letters. Or it can be spelled A-I-T, but they both say ate. Our example for A-T-E is ate. Our example for A-I-T is ate. Now, what other words can you think of that have ate in them so they rhyme with mate and wait? And we're going to figure out, are they spelled like mate or are they spelled like wait? And then we're going to think about which list has more words, which means it would be a more powerful word pattern. So, a word that rhymes with mate, wait, date. Date. Is that spelled D-A-T-E or is it spelled D-A-I-T? I can just look. This one with A-T-E looks right, so I know it's not D-A-I-T. Okay. It's another word that rhymes with mate, date, wait, late. Late. I was late for a meeting. Okay. Is that going to be A-T-E? So I can tell just by looking at late that it's A-T-E. It's another, you should be writing words with me on your whiteboard. What's another word that would rhyme with mate, date, late, wait? Gus has one. Sometimes when he goes fishing, he has to use bait. Bait. Let's see, is that with an A-T-E? Or an A-I? I can tell by looking that it's A-I, bait. Now, you take some time and continue adding to your T-chart lists of words that have ate that rhyme with mate, date, late, wait, bait, and write them down and figure out which one looks right, A-T-E or A-I-T. I'll give you 1 minute. Go ahead. Wow, you came up with so many words to add to your T-chart that rhyme with mate, date, late, wait, bait. Some words that I saw that you were coming up with. Mate, date, late. Hate. Mate, date, late, hate. That is a good one. Some of you even used blends. Slate. Now, looking at our lists of words, which spelling for 8 has more words? ATE or AIT? ATE has more words that we could come up with that are spelled and rhyme with mate, date, late, hate, slate, wait, bait. That means the spelling ATE for the sound 8 is a more powerful word pattern because there are more words that use that spelling in them. So if we go back to our how to find powerful word patterns, the first step we talked about was find some words that rhyme. Zoom in on the rhyming part. Test if this is a powerful pattern that will help you with other words. So ATE is a more powerful pattern because there are more words. And we also learned that when we're reading, we can't just look at the words that rhyme. We also have to listen because powerful word patterns can be spelled differently even though they rhyme. So if so, you study its spelling so you can use it often. So when you are doing your independent writing today, you're going to pay close attention to words that rhyme and use the powerful word patterns that are in lots of other words to help you spell more words correctly. Today we learned that words with very different spellings can still rhyme. Your independent work today is always your independent reading, but when you're writing today, use these charts to help you with your troublemaker words. If you're noticing that the same words keep coming up as being tricky for you, tackle them. Study the word. See if phonics can help you or a trick. Practice just cover right and checking it. Make up a song or a jingle or a rap that will help you remember how to spell these words. You're also going to practice reading one page in your SnapWords book independently. You'll remember you can read it loud like a monster, scary like a witch, squeaky like a mouse, whisper like a secret, or invent your own. And if you come up with one that you think we need to know about here at TV Classroom, we need to know about all of them because they're all amazing. Ask your adult if it's okay with them and it's okay with you. They can record you reading your page in your word wall and email it to us here at TV Classroom. And there is our email address right there. If you're not comfortable being filmed, that is totally fine. Write it down and you can either email it to us or you can stick it in the mail and send us a letter all about how you are reading your word wall or a page in your SnapWords book, how you're using your social emotional lessons. We got a letter from Isaiah at Franklin. Hey Isaiah, telling us all about how he uses the talk it out strategy to solve a conflict with his sister. Excellent job, Isaiah. Kiss your brain. We also got letters from students thanking Brad Evans for being here with us last month. I sent them to Brad. He's so excited to read those letters. We also got letters from Amelia in first grade. Look, I'll show it to you. Let me get this whiteboard out of here. We got this letter from Amelia in first grade, and she was sad that nobody had sent us any letters, so she sent us one. She included a picture of her learning buddy, and she drew a picture of her with Mrs. Wally and I. This filled my bucket. Thank you, Amelia, for watching and letting us know that you're out there. We also got a letter. Oh, I didn't print it. We got a letter from another student, and I'm going to try and pronounce her name correctly, Sela, whose mom is a teacher at Stafford. She's the librarian. Thank you so much for writing us letters. The rest of you, send us in your work, send us in your letter. Tell your teacher that you're watching, and we will send you an envelope that has our address with a stamp already on it, so you don't have to worry about that, and you just put your letter or picture in there and send it to us here at TV Classroom. Second graders, thank you so much for thinking and reading and writing with me today. I look forward to getting more letters from you about your independent work and what you're working on. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and we will see you back here tomorrow with Kwame and Simon from the Peace Bus. We're so excited. And then next week, we have the honor of having our Senator Tawana Nobles here with us. She tells us an amazing story of her childhood, and she reads a beautiful read aloud, so you don't want to miss it. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Hey kids, we want to see your work. Just send your pictures and your stories to TV Classroom, 601 South 8th Street, Tacoma, Washington, 98405.